In early March 1997, Victoria's Milling Company, the largest sugar miller and refinery in Asia, obtained from its 32 financial institutions creditors a 90-day moratorium on principal payments for its loans. Its move came as a surprise because only 3 years earlier, in September 1993, it went public with a successful 525 million pesos initial public offering. VMC sought the debt moratorium because it could no longer meet payments on maturing obligations from about 6.6 billion peso of debts. Aside from this total exposure, banks also granted off-balance sheet facilities where retail investors provided financing and the papers issued through their trust departments or subsidiaries. The debt moratorium deferred payment of principal but not interest, which ran for 50 million pesos per month. The debt principal moratorium was apparently not sufficient to give the breathing space that VMC needed. On June 1997, the VMC board replaced Gerardo Bihavellana with Manuel Manialac as VMC president. On July 4, 1997, VMC filed a petition to the SEC for suspension of payments to its creditors under PD 192A. The petition called for the appointment of a management committee to run the affairs of the company and formulation of a rehabilitation plan that will be approved by the SEC. VMC submitted a rehabilitation plan. SEC appointed Isidro Alcantara Jr., PCI Bank Executive Vice President, as chairman of the MANCOM to oversee implementation of the rehabilitation plan upon its approval by SEC. The board wanted to understand the reasons for the crisis as it formulated its rehabilitation plan and submitted it to SEC for approval. Investors asked how the largest company in the sugar industry could get into near bankruptcy barely 2 years after a highly successful initial public offering. The proposed rehabilitation plan called for investment of new capital, reduction of debt, manpower retrenchment, and sale of assets. The plan entailed a debt-equity conversion and issuance of common shares equivalent to 51% stake in the company through public bidding and entry of a strategic partner. For the planned 2 billion peso capital infusion, 1.5 billion pesos was to be allocated for debt reduction. Creditors called for a transparent and open bid to raise the needed equity funds. A company-wide retrenchment of employees was aimed to generate 293.4 million pesos in annual savings. The divestment plan called for the sale of non-profitable business units and non-strategic assets and subsidiaries. In the end, the plan involved the reconstructuring of the company's remaining debts, estimated at 4.1 billion pesos over 15 years. In summary, the rehabilitation plan meant pain for shareholders, creditors, employees, and everyone around VMC. It was time for the board and investors alike to find out what or who caused it.